In Havana, Cuba. Why is this so important? We'll fill you in.
Later, the White House Correspondents' Dinner was certainly something to talk about. We have the details.
Plus, smartphones, smart houses, and now smart guns. New legislation that could make this possible. Stay with us.
Hello, and welcome to the MCTV Weekly News Update. I'm Rose Shannon.
And I'm Olivia Jakewith. Here are tonight's top stories.
U.S. and Cuba relations are continuing to grow even more since President Obama last visited the Caribbean country. A cruise ship called the Adana docked in Havana early this morning after a long 7-day trip that started in Miami. Relations between the U.S. and Cuba have recently gotten better, and the captain of the cruise ship stated that the journey was, quote, the beginning of a new era.
It was a literal mic drop at Saturday's White House Correspondents' Dinner. President Obama left his speechwriters at home and took to the stage to mock Republicans and Democrats alike in front of an audience of Hollywood stars, athletes, and administration officials. Though the blooper reel that prefaced his speech set the tone for what would be a lighthearted evening, President Obama gravely acknowledged Jason Rezaian of the Washington Post, who was in attendance despite his recent release from a nearly 18-month-long detainment in Iran.
As one of his last acts as president, Obama is pushing for better gun laws. One of the ways in which he is going to bring this about is with smart guns. What are smart guns, you may ask? They are guns that can only be used by the person who owns the gun through a method called biometrical calibration. Obama wants these guns to be issued to government employees first, but many are having negative reactions to police officers and similar professions being guinea pigs for these weapons.
We've had a lot of rain the past few days, and hopefully we see some clear skies soon. Here to bring you this week's highs and lows report is Abby Prowant.
Hi Marist, I'm Abby Pront, here with your weekly highs and lows report. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this final ride of the semester. Texas and Louisiana experienced huge storms last week, bringing about floods to much of those regions. The previous storms in Texas claimed about the lives of 6 people, and 1 person is currently missing. Many in Louisiana were without power, and 2 cars were wedged under a small footbridge in Lake Charles. Local fire department officials came to rescue the cars from being submerged as a result of the storm. On another note, May brings about warmer than average temperatures for the Northeast. These temperatures will be higher in the Midwest and Great Lakes regions. It looks like warmer temperatures will follow the warmest April of the year in the Pacific Northwest, where temperatures will continue to be above average. As the year ends, let's take the time to look back fondly on our amazing school and everything it has to offer its students. Campus may look a little dreary this week because of the rain coming through, but it's always nice to see the amazing Hudson in our backyard. Now for this week's almanac. Today's temperatures range from a high of 63 to a low of 47. We have seen highs and lows of 71 and 46 as average temperatures in the past. Record temperatures for today have ranged from a high of 82 to a low of 29. We saw the sunrise at 5:50 a.m. as well as a 7:55 sunset. Tonight, expect temperature to see rain around campus as well as a low temperature of 47 degrees. We'll also have an 80% chance of precipitation with north winds at 6 miles per hour. Tomorrow, we'll have a chance of showers with a high of 65 degrees as well as a 50% chance of precipitation and north-northeast winds at 5 miles per hour. Today, we saw scattered showers with a high temperature of 63 and a low of 47. Tomorrow's temperatures will range from a high of 65 to a low of 47 with showers in the morning. Wednesday, we'll see a high of 67 and a low of 47, but rain will still be present in Poughkeepsie. On Thursday, expect to see rain showers in the afternoon with highs and lows of 65 and 49. Friday will bring about high and low temperatures of 68 and 49 with partly cloudy skies. Saturday, we'll see partly cloudy skies with a high of 72 and a low of 49. We'll see afternoon showers on Sunday as well as temperatures of 76 and 50. Thank you MCTV for providing us with amazing opportunities every day, in addition to memories that will last a lifetime. Congratulations to everyone on an amazing year of great shows. Thank you so much for everything you do. As always, I'm Abby Pront and I love you guys.
Although Ted Cruz is in second place in the delegate delegates in the race for the Republican nomination for president. He's already looking ahead to November. The Texas senator has named Carly Fiorina as his vice president ahead of this week's crucial Indiana primary. According to the Hill newspaper, the last time a Republican candidate announced his running mate prior to the nominating convention was in 1976. Despite the announcement, it's unclear what chances Cruz's are of winning Indiana and the nomination itself. It's currently mathematically impossible for Cruz to win the GOP nomination on the first ballot.
Just as Ted Cruz was getting a running mate, Republican frontrunner Donald Trump was delivering an address on his plans for foreign policy. Based around the tagline of America First, Trump's plan includes pressuring American allies to pitch in more of their national budget to the military, renegotiating the Iran deal, and ultimately dealing with countries with a strongman approach. He also slammed the Obama administration for a supposed lack in foreign policy goals.
Today marks the first birthday of Britain's teeniest royal, Princess Charlotte. 4 new pictures of Great Britain's Princess Charlotte have been released right ahead of her first birthday. The photos were taken by her mother, Catherine, the Duchess of Cambridge. The snaps were taken last month at the family's residence in Norfolk. According to a spokesman for Kensington Palace, the Duke and Duchess are very happy to be able to share these important family moments and hope that everyone enjoys these lovely photos as much as they do.
When we return, the first U.S. Zika-related death has been reported. We have the details.
Plus, what the CIA did to commemorate the takedown of bin Laden. Stay tuned. The first United States and Territories death related to the Zika virus was reported last week. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, a 70-year-old Puerto Rican man died from complications of the Zika virus in February. He was hospitalized and treated for symptoms that lasted less than a week, but upon returning to his home after his supposed recovery, he returned to the hospital with signs of a bleeding disorder. This disorder, in which the person's immune system attacks his or her blood cells, has been found in 1% of Zika virus specimens collected by the CDC in Puerto Rico since February.
A Korean-American citizen has been sentenced to 10 years of hard labor by the North Korean government for the crimes of subversion and espionage. Kim Dong-chol is accused of committing acts to overthrow the socialist system of the communist country, according to CNN. Before his sentence, Kim had been detained since October. Kim is the second American to be punished by hard labor following a University of Virginia student who was given a 15-year term. Kim's punishment comes a day after North Korea launched 2 failed missile tests.
The CIA live tweeted yesterday to commemorate the 5th anniversary of the operation that killed al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden. According to the CIA, the tweets would be a step-by-step representation of exactly what happened at bin Laden's Pakistan compound as if it was happening today. Take a look at some of the tweets. POTUS watches situation on ground in Abbottabad, live in the Situation Room, hashtag UBL raid. Osama bin Laden found on 3rd floor and killed, hashtag UBL raid. CIA spokesman Ryan Trappy says that the takedown of bin Laden is one of the greatest intelligence successes of all time, and that this was a good way to honor that success.
The CIA wasn't the only one tweeting this weekend. Twitter was filled with sports news. We have Ben Hayes with your weekly Sports Jam to explain it all.
Thanks, guys. The 2016 NFL Draft came and went this past weekend, but not without some major controversy. I'm Ben Hayes, here to bring you this week's Sports Jam. At 8 p.m. last Thursday night, the now Los Angeles Rams selected California quarterback Jared Goff as expected. But as Goff was experiencing what can only be described as the best day of his life, one of his fellow superstars with high draft day expectations, Laramie Tunsil, experienced the exact opposite. Just minutes before the draft began, Tunsil watched in horror as his social media accounts were hacked and a video leaked of Tunsil smoking marijuana out of a gas mask, followed by evidence that Tunsil was illegally paid to play football at Ole Miss. This made his draft stock plummet, with several teams even taking Tunsil off of their draft boards. Tunsil eventually got drafted 13th overall by the Miami Dolphins, losing the offensive lineman approximately $10 million in his rookie contract. Reports say that Tunsil's ex-financial advisor was the person behind the hack, but that is still undetermined. In other news, the Boston Red Sox completed their sweep of the New York Yankees last night as the Sox beat the Pinstripes 8-7, despite a lackluster start from David Price. The big lefty allowed 6 runs on 8 hits in his 7 innings, bringing Price's earned run average up to 6.14 for the season. 2 of the youngest members of the Red Sox, Travis Shaw and Christian Vasquez, provided the heroics late in the game, as the two both launched 2-run home runs to put Boston ahead. The Red Sox did not look back after that, as closer Craig Kimbrell mowed down the Yankees in the 9th inning 1-2-3, striking out 2 of the 3. The sweep of the Evil Empire pushes the Red Sox into sole possession of first place in the American League East at 15-10. The season may still be early, but with 5 months to go until playoffs, the Boston Red Sox look to be in good shape. That's all for this week's Sports Jam. For the last time on MCTV, I'm Ben Hayes. Mamba out.
Sunday evening, Puerto Rican Governor Alejandro Garcia Padilla announced that the U.S. territory would not be able to pay the $422 million debt that was due today. This is the largest payment that Puerto Rico has defaulted on, and it can only get worse from here, with another sum due on July 1st. That is close to $2 billion. Congress is going to have to either enact rescue legislation or face consequences in the American municipal bond industry. The recession and the territory's need to borrow money from private investors began back in 2006, when many people and businesses emigrated after a tax break expired.
It seems that the selfie craze has taken a rather tragic turn. A teen in India has died while taking a selfie posing with his father's gun. 15-year-old Raman Singh Deep Singh was posing with his father's .32 caliber handgun on Friday and accidentally pulled the trigger. The safety wasn't on and Singh was rushed to the hospital. He died on Sunday after succumbing to his injuries.
Ever bump into someone when you're looking down at your smartphone? Germany is looking into a new way to solve that problem. After a study found that 20% of pedestrians miss traffic signal changes, the city of Augsburg is now installing traffic lights on the ground so that pedestrians never have to look up from their devices. The move has become controversial as many see the project as a waste of taxpayer money.
We know one person who's never looking up from his phone. That's Jake Hensler, getting you all the news in the entertainment world.
So lately, I've accomplished one of my greatest works to date. But as the entertainment provider, I want to bring something back from the past, as well as something from YouTube first. Everyone remembers, "What are those?" I'm sure. But there is also a guy on YouTube named Berleezy who has a great catchphrase of, "I gotta roast you." So now back to my recent favorite thing, which combines the two and is becoming a bit of a trend that I want everyone to participate in. A recent discovery of the phenomenon that is Aaron Murtha's feet has been sweeping some Snapchat users, and for good reason. And I would like to formally invite everyone to help this movement. Now I know what you're thinking. What about the box office? What's new this week? What's to come? Well, Jungle Book held the #1 spot, and Keanu edged out Huntsman for 2nd place. The DC Universe still doesn't have their crap together, as Flash director Seth Grahame-Smith left the project, and Aquaman director James Wan is rumored to leave as well. I think we should start a Thanks Schneider movement now. Thanks, Schneider. I've talked enough about Game of Thrones and Captain America Civil War, says Andrew. So I'll leave it at that. Thrones is still hip, and Civil War is going to be. But seriously, Snapchat errands toes to everyone, because if finals week is beginning to stress you out, it helps. Trust me. But in all honesty, if this is my final segment as your entertainment host, I would like to thank Andrew for handing it down to me and for letting me basically remodel his mold. Thanks to Dylan, Aaron, and Jamie for dealing with my shenanigans each week. As Andrew has also said, quote, "This week in entertainment has basically become whatever you feel like doing." And then they've all put together a great show week in and week out, and have taught a great crew to help manage this beast as well that is known as news. So I want to say look forward to the summer and all the blockbusters that come with it. And thanks to everyone for a great show and a great year. I'm Jake Hensler, giving you the fun stuff in a world of rough stuff in This Week in Entertainment.
I'm Jamie Cornelia. Welcome to the last What the Fox of the semester. It's been a great time being your anchor. Hopefully you can hear me in the beginning this time, because I just wanted to warn you, this is all in rhyme. As finals week draws near, it's hard to accept that it's the end of the year. As we gather with friends both old and new, it's time to say goodbye to our Marist crew. The place was our second home all year long. Now it's time to clean up, pack up, and get gone. However, there is no need to fret. There are still many fun things to do yet. Now is the perfect time to complete your Marist bucket list. Take a break from studying and do this, I insist. It's the time of the year to jump in the Hudson River. It may still be cold, so expect to shiver. Don't forget to kiss Gartland goodbye. And watch the construction, don't get dust in your eye. Although you may be stressed, don't be shrewd. Toss your fave groundhog a little food. Speaking of food, go get CBR at Pea Ridge, and afterwards you might want to exercise on the walking bridge. You have to go to Rossi's to get one last sandwich, and if your friend doesn't want to come, then they're a little beach. Marist Beach, I have to mention that. It's a great time to lay out, but don't forget sunscreen and a hat. And of course, how could I forget to post one last pic of a Marist sunset? Now I must say in haste that there is no time left to waste. Although your homework needs to get done, don't forget to live and still have fun. Goodbye, Marist, it's been real. However, the thought of no schoolwork fills me with zeal. Soon enough, it will be summer, and come the end of August, it may be a bummer. But then you'll be happy, cause you'll want to return to Marist so badly. Oh, the cycle keeps going round and round, until we are all graduation bound. To those graduating, good luck, you'll do great. I'm happy I had a chance to be your schoolmate. And in the words of Dr. Seuss, oh, the places you'll go. With your new diploma, so your mind continues to grow. This has been What the Fox. I'm Jamie Cornelia. Good luck on finals, and have a great summer. What, you thought I was gonna rhyme with Cornelia? People can't even say my last name, let alone rhyme with it. Come on.
The phrase, "don't judge a book by its cover," has never been more accurate. A Florida man was moved by a homeless woman he passed on the street every day, who never begged or asked for money, but simply offered kind greetings. The two kindled a friendship when the woman, nicknamed Amy Jo, dropped a bomb on Greg Smith. She didn't know how to read. A viral Facebook video chronicled the story of how the two got together for lunch every week so that Smith could teach Amy Jo to read. The Facebook video has since raised $1,000 to start a new foundation benefiting the homeless in the Florida community.
For those of you who've been watching MCTV for the past year or so, you can attest to the fact that we've grown leaps and bounds. This is entirely in part to our dedicated TV news staff who have grown and worked with us over these past few years and are now ready to move on to bigger and better things. We would like to sincerely thank our graduating seniors, Rose Shannon, Abby Prowant, Max Stoffel, and Ben Hayes, for their devotion to the club that has become more than a group of people, but a family. Rose Shannon has dedicated her afternoons to
You're literally gonna...
to segment producing, providing us with political expertise and always a great laugh. Ben Hayes has never disappointed with his sports reports and anchoring debut. Max Stoffel, your writing has impressed each and every one of us, and you're quite the character on and off camera. And finally, Abby Prowant, you have provided us with the warmth and light that this club desperately needed. We sincerely thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We will miss you dearly, but we know you are ready to go out into the world and give it all you have to offer.
Thank you for tuning in to our last show of the semester. We'll be back in the fall. In the meantime, have a happy and safe summer. I'm Rose Shannon.
And I'm Olivia Jakewith. Good night.
I've paid my dues, time after time.